everybody, what is up? Chaud the Gamer here, and welcome back to another video of mine. Instead of reacting to a Nintendo Direct, I figured, hey, I'm gonna react to one of Mr. Sakurai's presentations. Because last time he did the presentation for the Hero, he did a presentation for Banjo and Kazooie, so I figured, hey, why not do one for Terry Bogard? Even though I didn't do the ones for Banjo-Kazooie, you know, sadly. And I feel kind of bad about that, but hey, there's always this one, right? Anyway, the last time we saw a character revealed by Mr. Sakurai, when he talked about him, we usually see the next DLC Smash Fighter. So, I've been hearing from some friends of mine that there are quote-unquote leaks of possibly Doomslayer or Geno, which would be pretty cool because that will be two Super Nintendo representatives, which would be fantastic. And of course, you know, that would be great. But I'm really hoping for Chrono, excuse me, Shantae, Crash, and Spyro, which would be fantastic. So if any of those characters pop up, that would be amazing. Incredible. I almost said amazing, which is incredible and amazing fused. I came up with a new word already. Anyway. With that out of the way, we might see some more Mii costumes and possibly another mode? Huh, would be nice if we got, like, board the platforms to break the targets, huh? If not, that's okay. I still love Smash Ultimate anyway. Alright, with that out of the way, I think I should minimize that. Sorry. You were seeing the recording thing. But hey, I'm still getting used to this recording software, ZDSoft, so bear with me. Anyway, I think we should start. Move this over here.
Hello everyone, this is Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited.
I have the volume turned down because it would be too overwhelming.
Awards at this year's Japan Game Awards.
If you can't hear it, I'm going to put it in the description below so you guys can watch it.
So I would like to take the opportunity to extend my thanks to all those who have voted and to all those who have supported us. Thank you so much.
There you go. You're welcome, Mr. Sakurai.
Without further ado, let's begin the presentation. First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is. It refers to a 1990 video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system itself. In 1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then, the only option was to play the less polished ports on the Nintendo Entertainment System. However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality. 1990 was right around the year that I started working for a game company. Back then, Japan had rental services for arcade games. In other words, you could go to a rental store, rent an arcade game, take it home, and play it.
Yeah.
After that, they were sold for home use, but a single game would cost about 30,000 yen.
Wow!
That's expensive.
Whew, you're not kidding.
About it, compared to playing a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people actually thought this was cheap. I mean, there really are people who've played games in the Super Smash Bros. Series 1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MVS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive. You could also get them on lease. That's why you'd end up seeing lots of candy stores having a Metal Slug cabinet. The home version of the Neo Geo came with this controller. Can you see? It has 4 buttons.
That is so cool! I never
this
got to
is
own
the actual
one.
console itself. Here is the reset button, and here you slot in the big game cartridges.
Wow.
This is the Neo Geo.
Those game cartridges
Just
must
kidding.
be huge.
Actually, this is the Neo Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward.
Oh,
You could also
that's
insert it
neat.
into a docking station and play it as a home console.
Huh.
Beat Nintendo Switch to it. Portable multi-purpose console. Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic of the Neo Geo. Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury is. It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II,
Yep.
but this one came later.
Yeah.
It launched after Street Fighter II. Like many of the other fighters, Fatal Fury was often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of Street Fighter II, but that's not really the case. Actually, both Street Fighter II and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation.
Nice.
In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter.
Oh, that's why it's similar.
Did I just hear you say, wow? This one is also a multiplayer-focused fighting game. In the story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in Southtown, which he runs. To avenge his father's death, Terry enters the tournament, which is known as King of Fighters. I mentioned the term King of Fighters, something you may have heard before. Yes, there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury.
Okay. Something I didn't know.
And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters. If you want to play a game from either of the Fatal Fury series or the King of Fighters series, many of them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part of the Arcade Archive series.
That's why
You may not know which one to play first, but my recommendation from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the
Okay.
King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98.
That's neat.
Next, I'll give you some insight on Terry Bogard. Actually, this video was recorded about 1 month prior to its release. That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time.
Yeah, it does.
The game footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand that there may be some elements that differ from the final game. Since we have the opportunity, I want to talk about Terry using a lot of SNK lingo, meaning in this discussion the younger generations may feel a little out of the loop. But there's nothing to worry about. When we released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal. So thank you.
Nice.
Okay,
Cool.
let's begin.
Nice.
This is Terry Bogard in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He's still wearing an outfit that reflects the era of his original game, but we did our best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is this really a Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it? Just like Ryu, when you're playing one-on-one, he'll face the opponent. Actually, he always looks in the opponent's direction. Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll quickly turn around, always keeping his focus on the opponent.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick. Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series.
That's awesome.
And his dash is power charge. This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others. In the original series, it was one of his special moves. His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper, and underkick.
Nice.
Compared to Ryu, his attack speed is slower. This is to match his original series.
Yeah. Cool.
Now for smash attacks. First up, backspin kick. This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series. Next, wild upper and slide kick. Both are from the original series. Then his mid-air moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick. Jump, then backward kick.
That is cool.
And then somersault kick. However, this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack up. So we created a new move.
Nice! I bet Fail's
Also,
fans are
jump
going
and
nuts
then
right
karate
now.
punch for a down air attack. If you
Cool.
successfully pull off a down air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect, as you can see here. It's basically like Ryu's. Next, I'll cover his throws. His forward throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw. And his down throw is neck breaker drop.
Nice.
In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury Wild Ambition.
Cool.
I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo 64. And then, his up throw is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack. And this actually does exist. During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
Oh, that's cool!
During a dodge attack, your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack. Now for his special attacks. His neutral special, with just the B button, is Power Wave. Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong. Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original game, you used 3 buttons, so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack levels, weak and strong. This rule applies to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind.
Okay.
By the way, the attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. This is how it looks now. As of the King of Fighters 96, the Power Wave ability had a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check. Next, we have a special performed while holding in the direction of your opponent, Burning Knuckle. This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input from Street Fighter II, you perform this command using the directional input, down, to the side, in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button. Doing so makes the move a bit stronger. This means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations. Weak without command input, and strong without command input. Weak with command input, and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful. You'll hear a noise when you input the command. And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames.
Cool.
It may be slight, but there is a difference. The strong version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents. It can be blocked, however, so be on the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a back special and a front special. That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot. This is a familiar move from his original game. There's also a command input version. It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
Cool. Oh, that's neat.
The command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further.
Cool. That's
It
awesome.
creates a bit of an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counter-attacked because you'll pass through them.
Nice.
There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off screen, this is how it will look. Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and Crack Shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However, if you keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate Crack Shoot in the direction you're trying to recover. Let me show you one more time. Do this, then continue to press backward.
That's nice.
And then you can recover. If you press too quickly or input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful. And this is his up special, Rising Tackle. It also has weak and strong versions, each with differing heights. And did you notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little? In this case, your whole body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of this invincibility in action. With the standard Rising Tackle, I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them. But with Rising Tackle's charged command version, you can't be hit at this moment, so you come out on top. You can of course use Rising Tackle as a recovery as well. Even after using Burning Knuckle or Crack Shoot, you can still use Rising Tackle. This is also very helpful when you're trying to recover, so please keep that in mind. His down special is Power Dunk, an attack that rises and descends.
That's cool.
This side, down, diagonally down command input is also known as the Shoryuken command. If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start of the move.
Power Dunk!
Also,
like
you
that.
can hear a sound when it connects. But it might be tough to make out. Now, let's talk about canceling specials. I'd really like you to keep this in mind. First, if you use a special after attacking with a standard attack, the special won't come out until the move animation has finished.
Okay.
That makes sense, right? But here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a special command input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately.
Nice.
I'll do that again. Throw out a kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move.
Nice.
Set it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special.
That's awesome.
This will increase your offensive options. Please try this out.
Cool.
For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power dunk. This is a bread and butter combo.
Oh,
Aside
that's
from that,
great.
you can also get Terry to fly out and attack in an M shape.
Man, I'm
In
gonna
his
have to get
original
the fire
game, you
passer
could only
soon.
cancel attacks on the
I still don't
ground,
have it.
but in Super Smash
A lot
Bros.
of things
Ultimate,
came out.
it's possible to cancel aerial moves.
Hey, I'll go for it.
The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are limited to things like neutral air attacks or down air attacks.
Oh, cool.
But I think it would be wise to use these combos to expand your offensive options. And at last, the final smash. His final smash begins with triple geyser. Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight forward. However, if you think that's all, you're very mistaken.
Uh-oh. That was
As you can
awesome!
If triple geyser connects, you'll follow up with power dunk and Buster Wolf. It's 3 moves in 1. It's a visually striking combo. You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves. Yes, they're here too.
Wait.
With the usual rules, when Terry's damage meter rises up to 100% or higher, and in stamina mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this go icon at the bottom of the screen.
The go?
At this point, if you enter this specific command,
whoa!
You can initiate the power geyser you see here. The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down, side, angle down, forward. Well,
wow!
It's a bit complicated. Downward, then backward, then forward. You see?
Sakurai,
it is an action game after all, so you get to control the direction of your punch, be it right or left. In that case, no matter which direction you're going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this.
Cool.
Downward, then backward, then forward.
So the
or
higher
down,
damage you
and
are,
then the opposite direction, if that's forward.
You're 100 more, you can use
and
super
then
moves.
There's this other super special move.
That's cool!
Buster Wolf.
Buster Wolf. Epic!
You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice. Down to side, then down to side again.
Okay. Nice. I think I'm going to want to play his Terry.
It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using the original game's command inputs, but you can also use simplified command inputs. In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward, to the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine. In the case of Buster Wolf, it's simply down, side, side.
Nice.
That should be easier to remember.
That's cool.
Even
He
though the
even tells
command
you how
input
to
is
do
complex,
it.
it can
That's
still
awesome.
be blocked with ease. Since these moves can only be used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks.
Yeah.
So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, high risk, high reward.
You can use it again and again, but be careful. Your opponent may be able to predict your move and take action. Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected, or to cancel out of a combo, like this.
Nice!
For the taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt is "Hey, come on," from the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the Real Bout series.
Cool!
And his side taunt is "Stand Up" from Gutto, Mark of the Wolves.
Awesome!
I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far, and you can hear his voice. Like that. We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles, and his shorter remarks, like Rock You, from newer titles.
That's cool.
And here are his color variations.
Nice!
There's a good variety of colors available from across the series, and the cap design is slightly different in each version.
That's awesome.
They're based on his original games, and we've also included some from the King of Fighters 14 and the anime series.
Cool! Wait, they have an anime series for this?
He sometimes takes off his cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode.
King of Fighters Stadium.
The stage is called King of Fighters Stadium.
Oh, the characters in the background!
It looks like one hardcore fighting coliseum. The text above the Jumbotron reads, King of Fighters, without the. When we talk about a game title, we need the up front, but the name of the tournament in the game's story is just King of Fighters.
Yeah.
This is a very unique stage, and it follows some rules that haven't existed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before. First, the edge is walled off. In the Super Smash Bros. Series, you need to launch opponents off the stage. Here, however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react when they're launched into it. Can you see? Eventually, fighters will break right through the wall. There are fireworks in the background.
That's cool!
Basically, this special feature allows you to KO an opponent only after they've accumulated enough damage.
Hey, that's awesome!
That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a traditional fighting game.
Nice!
When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low. It's just like in regular stages. In the Real Bout Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and players could suffer a ring out when they hit the wall. This isn't exactly the same, but we made it kind of similar to that. We hope you'll enjoy playing at this stage with all its special rules.
That's so cool! That's gonna be a lot of fun. So some crashing through the wall.
By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right?
Oh,
Since we have the opportunity, I'd like to introduce them to you.
Cameos.
First up, Andy Bogard. He's
Hey!
the adopted brother of Terry Bogard. Both of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style.
Nice.
Joe Higashi. He's one of the three main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series.
Cool.
He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Tung Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can enlarge his body as well.
Nice.
Billy Kane. He's been in many Fatal Fury games since the first one, and he's the right-hand man of Geese Howard. While he appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances in King of Fighters 97 onwards.
Nice.
You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there. Geese Howard. He's the big boss of Southtown, and he's the rival of Terry Bogard. Falling off of buildings is his thing. Rock Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves. He's the son of Geese Howard, and Terry actually raised him.
Oh, you're awesome.
That
Falling
means
off of
his
buildings
appearance
is
in this game, at this age, with that look, doesn't really jive with the timeline. But Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right? Kim Kapwan. He uses Taekwondo and considers himself a fighter for justice. His Ho'okyaku is very famous. Yuji
Cool.
Yamazaki. His first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3, and he's a criminal known as Dark Broker. He's very selfish and sadistic.
Yep.
Blue Mary. Her first appearance was in
Blue
Fatal
Mary!
Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo, and she's a good drinking buddy of Terry's. Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury series, but from here on, let me introduce characters from other series. Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier. Psycho Soldier is a memorable game released around 1986, and it was the first title to feature a fully voiced theme song within the game. This epic song was also remixed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was recorded in both Japanese
Too
and
bad she's
English.
not playable.
Music start. Chaud Kusanagi. He's the protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest.
Awesome.
Anyway, he is forever a school kid. Iori Yagami. Originally, he was introduced as Kyo Kusanagi's rival, but when I first saw this character in the game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius.
He is awesome.
Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese team, and he likes to throw his opponents. Chang Hohen and Choi Bonge. One is an escaped convict, and the other is a slasher. They are currently undergoing rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kapwan. Ralph Jones and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari Warrior
Please let
series
my
before Neo
shirt
Geo.
be a cameo.
They appeared as guests in the Metal Slug series too. Ryo Sakazaki, the protagonist
Hey, I
of Art
remember
of
him.
Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him?
I don't blame you.
King. Her first appearance was in Art of Fighting, and she's a bouncer and bodyguard. She is a beautiful woman with an androgynous sense of style. Next, Yuri Sakazaki. She was kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that, she trained hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate in just 1 year. In other words, she's a genius.
Genius!
So, as you can see, we've included many characters, a total of 20 characters. You know, it's very cumbersome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters, even outside the confines of their individual series. So we simply had to do our best by them. By the way, you may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included. Yes, Mai Shiranui. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Please forgive us. Also, my music features a variety of tracks, and the music that plays affects which special guests are here.
But
for example, there's a track called Pasta, and when the music is playing, Andy Bogard will always appear.
Oh, sad face.
I hope you look forward to that as well.
Well, he was thinking of the younger audience, so Mr. Sakurai, I respect you for that.
Okay, I'm done providing information, so now let's jump into some actual
Can we have a
battles.
setting where we can make for older audiences then, please?
This time, I'm going to play the Terry route of Classic Mode.
Ah!
On top of that, I want to try and hit the highest intensity level. Let's see if I can get all the way up to intensity 9.9.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly,
I know
playing the
Mr.
game with
Sakurai.
extreme difficulty while doing commentary is extremely hard.
Yeah!
One or the other is doable, but doing both at once forces me to divide my attention. But that means I should do my best at both. I'll do my best.
We won't
First,
bother you, Mr.
this
Sakurai.
route is named the King of Smash. 3 characters who have some sort of connection will appear as a set, a challenge that looks somehow familiar. Okay, the first intensity level is 5.0, so I should be fine. All battles in Terry's route are stamina battles. This stage's special KO rule that I talked about earlier isn't the best match for stamina rules, but oh well. On his route, a lot of stages feel like they're from a traditional fighting game.
Peachy! Hi, Rosie!
Okay, I did it anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, even in this mode, it's not impossible for me to try for a KO, but normally it'll be over before then. There. Done.
Rosie!
Looks like he's saying, "Give me something."
Give me
Round 2.
something.
It's the Legend of Zelda team. Just because characters are in a team because of their similarities, that doesn't mean that they have to be from the same game. This is Let's Go to Seoul, Kim Kapwan's theme. And I've got it set up so that we don't move from the bottom of Prison Tower. It would be easiest to simply knock him off the screen, but I'm not going to do that, because it's not as fun to watch.
I agree with you.
Oops, I knocked him off. Over here. It's gonna blow. Will he do it? Alright. Oof. The boomerang's not coming back.
Oh.
And I can't go to the edge. Oh no!
He's like me.
The tables have turned. Cancelled it.
Zelda.
He wears his cap backward when he does a power dunk. Now you could call this the giant stage. All the giants are lined up. Of course, the music track is Taku and Stephanie. Of course, he says. You might wonder who Taku and Stephanie are. But it seems like it means Tanaka and Stephanie.
Nice.
This track
Go,
is
Mr.
from
Sakurai.
Fatal Fury 2. There's a giant wrestler named Big Bear, and this is his track. Regardless of the track name, it's a really famous hard rock song, so please give it a listen.
Oh, I will.
The original song was called Yusha Raiden. There's that masked wrestler. Big Bear is his true identity. He's called Raiden.
Phew!
Jump! I'm beginning to find the intensity quite tough. Round 4.
You can
The
do it,
whole
Mr.
atmosphere
Sakurai.
is a little
I know
different
you
than how
can.
it's been up until now, right? We've been to arena-style flat stages, but suddenly we're at a battlefield form stage. Oh, there's an item. There's an arcade game series called Athena, and this stage uses that as a motif. Oh, he's metal.
Nice.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose both Lady Palutena and the Athena games were possibly an homage to the Athena of Greek mythology.
Oh.
Plus, I wanted to do something where two characters who are similar, or have similar abilities, are together. It's a nice Kokugenryu team.
I absolutely love her. So is my buddy Super Mario T.
If I let
Hey
my
Tyler,
guard down,
shout out for you, buddy.
I'll easily be defeated, so I need to pay attention.
AKA
Not
the
bad,
best commentator band in existence.
By the way, you can use moves like Crack Shoot to aim for overhead platforms, so they have some utility to them.
Sorry, I'm not talking much, but I
Capture and
just,
check. Phew,
you know,
that
I'm
was
just
close.
so into watching
Looks
this.
like
Like,
that fireball
wow.
didn't work out for her. It's getting brutal. The intensity is close to 8. You could say the opposing team is comprised of heroes from different companies. Sonic and Terry are on the stage.
Oh wow.
Actually, Sonic and Terry were both created in '91, so they're the same age.
Cool.
And the next year, in '92, Kirby was born. Everyone's getting old,
Yep.
but they're still on active duty. You know, it's easier to fight on sloped ground. When using Crack Shoot, it's especially easy going uphill. Yikes. It's too soon to be taking this much damage. I started out with 150 HP, so I feel like I'm losing. Next, Mega Man.
Oh
He was born
jeez.
in '87. The first Street Fighter came out in '87 as well, so that makes Ryu the same age. That was bad.
You can do it, Mr. Sakurai. I know you can.
Don't go off screen. Ah, he went off. I'm sorry. And now, Pac-Man
Oh,
from 1980
Sakurai,
is
you're
here.
so awesome.
Of course, this character was made by Bandai Namco Studios, but when I talk to their team, I'll call them your company's character. They always come back saying, oh yeah, our company's character. I often have these kinds of exchanges with them,
I don't mind watching
Oh,
Mr. Sakurai
that was
play
close.
this. That way I know what I'm going to be up against.
but I won't give in until the very end.
Come on.
I've
Come
got
on, Mr.
super strength.
Sakurai. You can do it.
How was that? Not enough? I see. Well, how about now?
Ooh.
It's
Launched
bad to
him.
keep using the same move. Seriously.
Go, Mr. Sakurai.
Next, you could call this Team Darkness.
Man, I would love to play
With
Smash
the track
Bros. with
so
Mr.
soft
Sakurai.
playing
That would
on
be
the
awesome.
rooftop, it's got the aura of a final showdown.
I don't care if I get my butt kicked. I don't care. I'd be having too much fun.
Oh, not good.
Oh no.
Up next is Ganondorf. I don't want to get hit by him. Not
Oh,
even
no.
once. He's huge. Yikes.
Yeah.
You can't take things lightly
You do
as
not
long
want to
as
get hit by
this one.
Ganondorf.
That was a bad move.
You can do it, Mr. Sakurai. Go, Mr. Sakurai.
Alright, can I do this without getting hit? Now for a scary one. Bayonetta.
Oh no. Oh no. It's the
Yep.
angel,
I'm giving this everything
quote
I've got.
unquote. It's the demon killer.
Oh, that was just dangerous. Pulling off that midair jump was risky.
Was this team top tier?
Uh-oh. She's so good. That was a beautiful move. but she couldn't take
Oh, I like
advantage
the
of
Japanese
that
voice,
opportunity.
though.
That will cost her a lot.
I love her Japanese voice.
Time for the final battle. It's not Master Hand, but
Uh-oh.
Ryu, Ken, and then Terry. Art of Fighting version 230000000.0 is playing. In other words, it's kind of a themed fight. He's super strong, so I have to work hard.
You can do it!
I'm not pacing this out very well. I'm starting from 150 HP, so I wish I defeated Ryu before my HP dropped to 100.
Oh no, here's
Can't
Ken.
give up until the end.
Come on, you can do it!
But Terry is last, so he can use the same super special move. But this is no time for chit-chat.
Yeah,
Really
focus,
tough
Mr.
doing this
Sakurai.
while talking.
You won't
I
have to
know.
do commentary. Just you can do it. I know you can.
This is no good.
Even for him,
Got
this is
it.
intense.
It gets even tougher from here.
Oh no. Maybe in the future we could see more King
I
of
messed up a
Fighters
perfect
characters
shield.
in Smash Bros. Playable. That would be cool. I'd be fine with that.
Here he comes. I gotta be on guard. Yeah, but with a power wave? If I could have pulled off a super special move, that would have been awesome. But, alright, did I make it to Intensity 9.9? Yes!
Yeah, he did it!
That was hard work.
Woo! Woo! Even he was sweating.
Terry Bogard
Oh
is
my
really fun to
gosh.
play as, so
I
I
was
hope you enjoy
sweating
playing as him in such
watching him.
situations.
That was awesome. That was so cool.
Let's talk about the music. This time we have something very special lined up for you.
Nice.
For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning. So this time, we selected tracks that could be called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters.
Nice.
SNK songs have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters games to the arrangements in the latest installment, The King of
Yeah.
Fighters 14.
Oh man, that's awesome.
We did a
man.
lot of digging around.
That's so cool.
Finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs. We never intended to do something like this, of course. So we submitted our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable. But they told us they were okay. As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs.
50!
Have a look at the list.
Holy mackerel!
That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes. This was a very special one-off case, and I don't think we'll be able to do the same for other series. To be honest, I think that being able to hear
That
such a
is
selection
so
might
cool.
make
Look
the
at all
Fighters
those
Pass worth
SNK
quite a bit
tracks.
more than its price.
Awesome!
I do hope you'll enjoy it.
Whoever's an SNK
Challenger
fan
Pack
is
4
probably
comes with the Spirit
squealing
Board,
right
too.
about now.
The Spirit Board can be selected via the Spirits menu.
Sweet.
Have a look at the background. If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic. Shinkiro-san's artwork is always so nice and vibrant, isn't it?
Nice.
You can also look forward to mock tournaments featuring each of the characters. That old school Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something.
Too bad mine's not making an appearance.
Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
Oh, Mii Fighters. Mii Fighters. Who could they be added? Round 4. Oh, nice! Oh, sweet! Samurai Shodown, that is awesome! Art of Fighting, oh cool! Oh, that's neat! He's not playable, but he's a Mii fighter, that's cool! I like that. King of Fighters. Awesome! Okay, that's cool! That's cool! Virtual Fire, another one? Oh, Kira's back! Wait, he's a Mii fighter and an assist trophy now. Jackie! Cool! Yeah, I remember Jackie. My goodness, this was awesome. It's not over yet.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time, so it has a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruru comes from, like her wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details.
Nice.
Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup.
Ooh!
Simon,
Simon!
Tom, and Incineroar. Each of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
Yes! Finally!
Next, let's discuss the details of the updates. We've made some
Yes!
improvements to battle arenas.
I've been waiting for Simon.
First, we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are preset.
Woo!
So there's that, and also, the player who created the arena can now change the rules.
Ooh!
We've also added the option to play either Battlefield form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
Ah! Nice.
Aside from that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type. Furthermore, quick play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join.
Cool!
So I hope you'll enjoy that.
I like that.
Terry is due for distribution on November 6th.
Nice!
If you have the Fighter's Pass, you'll be able to get him straight away, or you can purchase him separately.
I'm getting the Fire Pass, though.
Well, I think that wraps it up for our Terry Bogard showcase. I hope we were able to convey his appeal. By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art. The complete version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready. I'd like to show it to you after this. Now this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there. I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
Oh, cool! This would be nice! A new Terry trailer? Wait, did they change it? Nope, it's the same thing. But hey, maybe they changed it a bit? Don't be late. Ah! Remember, falling off the door uses his name. I love this trailer so much. Hey, at least you're a cameo. Yuri and you're a Mii fighter, which I think is pretty cool. He's so cool. Yeah.
Hey, cover!
Awesome. Oh, 3D showcase. No new character, but that's okay.
Are you okay? Hey, come on.
Epic. Aw, look at Kirby. Aw. Awesome. That was epic. Ooh. That looks like... Yeah, ow. That's cool. That is cool. Okay. We didn't get a new fighter. But that's cool. I like it. That was actually great.
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make future showcases a little shorter.
Oh, Mr. Sakurai. Never change. Never change. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Hey, we didn't get a new fighter, but we got to see Terry Bogard. We got to see all those amazing cameos, what Terry can do, the new Mii Fighter costumes that are from SNK. We saw a bunch of those cool things. 50 tracks, all from SNK. If anyone here is an SNK fan, I bet you're squeeing right about now. I bet you anything that any SNK loving friends of mine are going to be going nuts right about now. I promise you that. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. Oh wow. Meister Nuri not making an appearance, kinda sad, but I can see why Mr. Sakurai did it. Because the younger audience is going to be watching, but at the same time I'm sad because she is the main lady of SNK, pretty much one of the main ladies. But hey, at least you got to see Blue Mary. That's what counts. That's fine. That's okay. We got to see Blue Mary. And the Fiend is a cameo. That's perfectly okay in my book. I'm fine with that. And we got to see the fact that a bunch of them are actually cameos in the background, which is pretty cool. And oh, Mr. Sakurai is so hilarious in this. Of course, when isn't he funny? Well, that was a great video. And with that, I think I should wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Chaud the Gamer saying God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. And if you have the Fire Pass, I hope you guys enjoy it. Later, everybody.